Welcome back, everybody, to the GSL Code S. We just watched is Maru with another victory over SHIN, booked his ticket to the round of 8 of the quarterfinals for the best Korean StarCraft 2 player of all time. I say to Rainer as he nods. And now we're getting ready for Creator versus TY, which I'm not really sure how is going to look, because TY, we're actually just talking about this on the break. He's only really been playing in the GSL qualifiers. He is not playing in online tournaments. He's not playing in cups or qualifiers for other events. And it's hard to track down his games. And so I have no idea what to expect from him here in TVP. He played against Maru, and although he looked really shaky in a couple of those games, he delivered what I thought was one of the best TVTs we've seen all year.
Yeah, that was the game 2 was very interesting, and it showed very high level from TY. But the game 1 and game 3 kind of showed lack of understanding of the game in certain situations. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this TVP is going to turn out. TVP is a bit of a build order oriented matchup, so we'll see. Yeah,
especially in the early game. I think if TY can get himself to the mid or late game here against Creator, we're in for a pretty good series. But let's see what he has up his sleeve as we get started here in the elimination match. Creator versus TY. Right, Creator spawning up here. In the top left is the blue Protoss. TY down in the bottom right is the red Terran. And I truly do not know what to expect from TY in terms of TVP. He has always been one of these players, kind of like Gumiho, although maybe not quite as zany as Gumiho, who will play to the beat of his own drum and just try some very out-of-the-box approaches to the game. And so that, coupled with him also really not having played that much StarCraft 2, especially professional StarCraft 2 as of recently, makes me so curious for what kind of playstyle we're going to see from him. Is it going to be by the book standard TVP? Are we going to see him try something absolutely insane like mech? Or some very peculiar timings?
I don't know. I'm excited as well because I feel like TVP is one of those matchups where you can kind of cook a lot. So yeah, I'm excited to see what TY has in store for us. Now, I'm already a little bit surprised because I would have expected TY to go for 2 gas. I feel like 2 gas is one of those things where you can have a lot of different follow-ups. Terrans kind of like it nowadays. You see 2 gas once at least in every series pretty much. But no, TY is just going up for a CC, Marine CC into scouting. And, yeah, this is going to be a fast factory actually. It's going to be, okay, it's CC first and then factory. Hellions maybe?
Might be Hellions. If this was a patch ago, I would tell you it's definitely going to be Cyclones, and you're crazy for suggesting Hellions, but...
Yeah, I feel like Cyclones are not that popular anymore.
Yeah, certainly not.
In the openings, but that's a good thing. I felt like they were a little bit too oppressive in the early game in this matchup.
Honestly, even from a balance standpoint, even if they were completely balanced, which I'm not going to get into whether they were or they were not, I just didn't really like how versatile they were. I felt like they kind of dealt with everything in kind of a boring way. There wasn't a lot of dynamic. I really enjoyed the Cyclone as this super niche unit from previous patches, and so I like that they walked back.
Yeah, I like it as well. They were shutting off every single aggressive option that Protoss had. You could mass them against Phoenix openings. They were a little bit too oppressive in my opinion in the early game, but now they're back to their older self. Just yeah, as you said, more niche. You build them in less scenarios. Just 1 adept shading across the map. He has to be careful because 3 Marines actually beat 1 adept. And yeah, Creator's taking a lot of damage on the adept. TY is gonna go for Mind Drop.
Oh, it is gonna be mine. Wait, is it?
He cancelled it.
This might actually be Cloak Banshee.
It could be. You know, there's a saying, especially he always says, they never see them coming. He refers to the Cloaked Banshees in TVP.
It's true.
Yeah, it's kind of a meme at this point, but they rarely see them coming. I'm gonna be honest. Every time I see a Banshee, but it's not gonna be Banshee. It's gonna be a tank. Now I'm excited to see if it's gonna be a Medivac or an actual Cloak Banshee.
Yeah, we'll see. A couple different ways you can go about this. It could just be 1 siege tank for safety and then going into something out of the starport like that, but...
Yeah, assuming we don't see any tech labs yet, Probably gonna be a Liberator. Okay, did not expect that.
Might this be a siege tank push coming in from TY? I'm very curious. I'm watching his minerals quite intently right now to see if he's going to bank up for a third command center, because one of the builds on this map that can be very hard to stop if it has a good beginning and doesn't get scouted is effectively an old school 1-1-1 opening with siege tanks, with Liberators and Marines pushing across the map very early, because that natural ramp, oftentimes there's at least a little bit of a sim city there for the Protoss. As you see right now, there's 2 gateways and a robo all powered by 1 pylon. And there isn't a lot of room above that either, and TY is also doing quite a good job of hiding exactly what he's going for. Even the shades coming up the ramp here of TY aren't able to.
Do you feel like he wants to push though? I feel like...
You don't think so? I think almost certainly you would want to push with this, no?
Yeah, you would want to push, but this is awful if he pushes, because Creator is actually going for 4-gate blink, which is one of the best counters you can have to this sort of push, I feel like. Getting the Adept there is big, but I don't really... I mean, not in love with TY's position if he moves out, I'm going to be completely honest.
Oh, it is 4-gate blink. You know, I see Koreans go for 3-gate blink into a third base so often that 4-gate blink almost isn't on my radar anymore whenever I'm watching this, and Creator's going to spot this pretty much as soon as these units move out here on the map. Now, this is a pretty nice surround here with the Stalkers, though I think Creator would prefer if the Stalkers were not isolated like this.
Yeah, it's a little... Well, he's got blink here.
What a
that's
blink?
Crazy. He does get the tank for 1 Stalker, which is insanely good.
Yeah, it's great value there, but...
Yeah. Oh, TY has to be really careful here. He's getting surrounded.
Oh, and there's Stalkers on the high ground, too.
Oh, yeah,
oh my goodness. It's like watching Jurassic Park, or like the Velociraptors just surrounding all the civilians. And TY is going to get absolutely cleaned up here in the middle for very little damage. Now, some probes are falling in the main base.
Well, this is quite
as it gets evacuated. Viking comes down here into the natural expansion as well, as Creator is only just now going to be warping in Stalkers to defend against both these fronts. So a lot of idle time here for Creator. Both mineral lines losing a significant amount of mining time, but TY's in trouble. Creator might just blink on top of the siege tank or the warp prism. In fact, he will do that. Some nice pickup micro right there, saving these low HP Stalkers, all 4 of them.
Yeah, he actually managed to save almost all Stalkers. That ended up being a good blink, but I feel like with this sort of fight, you have to be really careful, because it can go like badly, insanely fast. And now he's just gonna move in with the prism in the main. Liberator gets 3 more workers. He's gonna go for the tank here. He's not gonna be able to get it. He got the SCVs though. TY's tech is very delayed, like his team and combat shield are very delayed. He does have a 3rd CC and a Viking here. Oh! He has to be really careful. 1 more shot! Oh my god!
Viking able to pick up the kill there. 2 Stalkers do survive.
That's really bad for Creator. Really bad. Losing that prism right there.
Do not think he was anticipating the Viking to come out in a moment like this one, as Creator now going to start rallying quite early. It's that 3rd Nexus. For a second, I thought that Nexus was a lot faster than I thought.
No, yeah. This is not a good position, I feel like, for a Creator. Like, his tech is very delayed. He's going for a charge. He's getting another prism. He's going for just mass gateways here, not getting a forge, not getting a robo bay either. Just yeah, pure good old zealots.
Yeah, I wonder how this is gonna play out. There's no forge, as you said. 4 more gateways in production, so going up to 8 gateways in total. There is the chance that TY goes for this 3rd base.
Temper archives now. I don't mind that. It's insanely scary, because once you lose a little bit of momentum in this matchup, it feels like the Terran sometimes can hit some insane timings. And a good scan right there from TY. He knows what's up. That scan is very important to check the gas counts. Because if that was 4 gases, then TY could move across the map knowing it's probably going to be Colossus as a follow-up. But instead he sees the gases, he knows it's going to be a Zealot follow-up, goes for the mines, and yeah, you can be a little bit more patient when you know it's a Zealot follow-up.
Yeah, that's a really smart move too, because I think for Creator, one of the things he was potentially gunning for playing this mass gateway style with literally no upgrades, excuse me, is he was hoping that TY was going to take that 3rd base very ambitiously and potentially go for some kind of big attack where his gateway units can get the surface area that he needs to secure a win. But instead, TY, with that scan, as you pointed out, is going to know that Creator is going to be playing a very high gateway style. Lots of Zealots, a lot of Stalkers in the cards, and the Zealots coming in here into the main base of TY.
There should still be the Viking alive from TY. I wouldn't mind seeing him patrol it on this side of the map. There it is. Now, what Creator wants here is that TY overcommits on the other side of the map, gets stormed, and then he gets a huge Zealot warping in the main, and that's pretty much how he wants to win this game. Now he's going for... I feel like Creator has been playing a little bit too greedy. Maybe misunderstanding his position a little bit, because TY's army right now is completely insane. And the Creator is getting a Robo Bay, he's getting a 4th base, and he's getting a Forge, where his army is just completely reliant on Storms here. And yeah, I'm not in love with this fourth timing, and like even getting a Forge is a little bit ambitious here out of Creator, but yeah, who am I to judge?
Yeah, it feels like he's trying to get a little bit too much done right now. With force fields, potentially this could be an alright engagement.
There's no Storms yet.
Yeah, the armor shredding missiles is absolutely insane, and Storm is still about 10 seconds off, so...
Yeah, the Creator lost the High Templar. I think he had Storm.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he lost it. He thought he had Storm, but there was no Storm yet. That was a massive Storm.
Yeah.
You know, does he have he doesn't have Interference Matrix.
Oh, not anymore. Armor shredding missile goes down on those units at the top side, as Creator does have these 2 Templars still in the Warp Prism. Keep in mind, they're warped in relatively early, so potentially 3 more Storms left in the bank here for Creator. He's going to come in on this position.
Yeah,
huge
this is a good
Storm
fight.
right there. It's just forcing the bio into the arms of these Zealots, and Creator coming in with pretty much a 180-degree surround, gets so much damage done. But in the meantime, TY coming in, double Widowmine and Marauder drop here in the natural expansion. Another attack happening at the 3rd base of TY as well. But this army for Creator is so strong. I think Creator might just be able to move across this map and completely unseat this 3rd base of TY.
Yeah, I think Creator is going to be able to capitalize on that amazing fight he just got against Zealots. And this sort of army, you really want Widowmines, and TY had none at the front. Now he has to be really careful. There's 2 more Storms on the map.
Bunker instantly gets taken out.
Yeah.
Those Storms are in a very dangerous position here for TY, who basically has to work his way into a bottleneck right now. Coming up that ramp, Warp Prism going to shuffle these Templar all the way back over here. Immortal's a little bit exposed. Nice pickup, Micro, though. Another great storm.
There's a Colossus rallied across the map as well. It's about to join the fight. Creator is going for a beautiful surround here on TY's army. TY losing every single SV, and I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, man, what a win here for Creator. It seemed like he was doing a little bit too much, but Creator absolutely got the engagement that he needed there. You see a shake of his head, as I think he also knows he was walking a fine line against that push.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful engagement there from Creator, as he pointed out. I thought his army was just not up to TY's army there, because especially since there was an upgrade advantage as well. TY had that +1 going, and Creator had +0, but beautiful second storm on the army, and just yeah, managed to capitalize there, killed all the tanks and moved across the map and won. Interesting game, because I felt like TY was ahead for most of it, but yeah, a couple of mistakes here and there. Yeah, you lose a starter game very fast.
Yes, you do, faster than pretty much any other RTS. But going back to that game, I kind of like the decision there by Creator to just not go for the Forges and just get his AoE damage online, because if he goes for the Forges and delays the Templar, delays the Storm even more, maybe he doesn't win that fight, even if he has 1-1.
Exactly,
so. Some great play calling there by Creator, up 1-0 in this series here against TY. This is the elimination match. 1 more win for Creator, and he's going to go to the final match for a loss for TY, and he is out of the GSL. Right, Creator spawning. The top left is the blue Protoss, TY down. And the bottom right, the red Terran. Suppose I should have had more coffee today.
I know.
Feeling a little bit frazzled.
Yeah, I would like another coffee as well, but perhaps, no, okay. We're going to be fine like this, don't worry about it.
We'll survive. The game's been quick.
Yeah. Oceanborn, I don't know how this map plays out in TVP. But last one was Site Delta. Do you know who picked which map, or do we know
I think I have the sheet somewhere. I don't know if I actually have the sheet for this series, the draft. I'm looking through my papers now. I don't think I actually do have it for this one.
No, probably not. But it's okay. I feel like just we can notice a pattern here, though.
Yeah, this is
Did we see a single new map today yet? I don't think we did. Did we?
Somebody picked...
Oh, Ghost River. We saw Ghost River.
We saw Ghost River, and I think we might have also had another map as the 3rd one of a set that we did not get to cast. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm bad about this kind of thing, man.
Dynasty.
Yeah, Dynasty.
But yeah, we did not see it, because it was Ragnarok between Maru and that.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, we only saw a single new map today, which was Ghost River. I feel like overall pro players don't really enjoy the new maps. That's kind of been the trend with people I've been talking to, and I think not only pro players, but overall, there's been a bit of a disappointment around the new maps. I'm not sure if you feel that way as well.
Well, I kind of come from the perspective, and this is me looking at it more now as a fan of the game, as a player, as a caster, or as a fan of the game and a viewer and a caster more than a player. And I liked at the very start when the map pool came out how unique it felt. I didn't like all of the rocks, so just put that out there. I didn't like all the rocks and the mineral walls, but I did like how there were gold bases getting intermingled with blue bases, how the expansion pattern wasn't quite as set in stone. It felt very different from what has been the formulaic map making that we've had for the better part of StarCraft 2's entire career. And so in that case, or in that sense, I really liked how experimental it felt. I like how fresh the games were on it at the very beginning, but I do think some more work needs to be done. I don't think a lot of the ideas that are being played with are necessarily bad.
Yeah.
I feel like a couple more iterations of maps that are unique like this could be really good for the scene.
You have to be really careful, though, because when you try to get unique maps and different maps, most of the time what happens is that one of the maps that, like one feature that makes a map unique ends up being completely broken for one race. For example, Dynasty, the fact that Terran and Protoss can take a gold base and Zerg can't makes it insanely hard for Zerg to win. Or a map like Crimson where you have a rich Vespin Geyser as your third base, and that makes it very good for Zerg against Protoss, for example. But yeah, let's focus on the game. 2 Reaper opening out of TY, going into 3 Raxes. A lot of damage on that Adept. Wondering if it did escape, right? I did not see.
I think it barely did, if I'm not mistaken.
And yeah, just 1 Marine into 2 Reaper opening. Now that's not something you see every day. He has to be really careful here. 1 more shot and the Adept one-shots it. Yeah, that's a dead Reaper. Bye-bye. Adios, thank you so much for your service. And yeah, just one Reaper left now, going into triple racks. Creator once again opening for, is that 3-gate blink?
3-gate blink this time, so the Korean special.
Overall, just playing very solid though. Not taking many risks. I feel like that's a very good idea, honestly.
Especially against TY, in my opinion. A player who you know doesn't have as much practice in StarCraft 2. He's simultaneously trying to compete in ASL and GSL. And I guess I shouldn't even say trying. He's successfully doing it. He's qualified for both. My goodness.
I saw 2 SVs move out, and I was wondering what was going on. Maybe that was just a misrally there.
Yeah,
another Reaper goes down. Overall, this is a very good opening from Creator. Getting a War Prism as well. 4 gases is probably going to go into Robo Bay. And yeah, just has to be careful for the move out of TY. Yeah, adding 2 more gases.
Yeah, TY right now is playing a 3-Rax build, and I think that Creator is going to get a very early idea this is happening, and that is so bad for TY, because with the opening that the Creator went for, even though it's 3-gate blink as opposed to 4-gate blink, as soon as he's aware that this is 3 barracks moving across the map with no medevacs, those blink stalkers are going to be able to extract so much value by just kiting TY all the way to Creator's third base. And he's even throwing down a Templar Archives right now. War Prism's coming on the field. But
I don't feel like he knows yet.
He doesn't know yet. He needs to shade.
Yeah, he needs to shade. He's missing the army by a little bit here. That's bad for Creator.
This is very bad for Creator, because the one thing about this is the builds line up quite well for Creator if he can kite all the way across the map. But if TY can get to his doorstep, taking minimal damage, then the firepower of the bio becomes so scary for Protoss to deal with. And this is the kind of micro that Creator's been wanting to do this whole time.
I feel like this is already good enough, slowing down the push a lot. Even getting HP damage on these units is very big. Creator getting a shield battery as well. TY going for the double bunker. He perhaps thinks this is a 4-gate blink. Now he's split off some units maybe for a run by, looking for a run by at the top, which I don't mind. There's already going to be an Immortal out. Creator going, yeah, this is an insane army from Creator already. Playing it very safe here.
Even throwing down the Robotics Bay and a Forge behind this as well as he takes the third. And I don't even think we have a 3rd command center down for TY, do we?
No, we don't. TY has been very late on the tech. I feel like a couple of macro mistakes again, which does happen.
Yeah,
I mean, slowing him down quite a bit. Now, this Marines perhaps could get some probes at the 3rd base, but he just rallies into a natural.
Not gonna happen.
That's a lot of units, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of hate to see it, you know, when you go 3 racks like this, you don't achieve anything. The other guy, you know, he's going for Colossus. It's not fun.
I'm not one to catch my chickens before they hatch, but this is looking so good for Creator right now. He's taking a 3rd base. He's filling out his tech tree. I don't know if that Templar Archive is actually finished. Storm is not being researched, so if it is done potentially for Archons, but Colossus are underway. Thermal Lance +1 ground weapons getting researched here for Protoss. Charge is also begun.
Archive?
He might have canceled it for Colossus when he saw the 3 racks, but I'm not sure. He was building it at one point.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no, he's just going for Colossus here. Most likely going to get 3 Colossus building a Dark Shrine, actually, for Archons, most likely.
Yeah.
The third base from TY is insanely late. It's going to be a pain to deal with this. Prism as well. This is just a hard game from TY. Yeah, not much to do here except just make an army. And
what a dirty move, too. Just blinking in. Oh, come on. A little bit of AFK there.
A little bit of AFK there. But yeah, I just imagine I can predict the future. You want me to predict it?
I think your prediction is the same as mine. TY is going to move across the map and Creator's going to kill him.
No, I think TY is just going to get A moved as soon as Creator gets three Colossus. A couple of Archons is going to move across the map. And
I could see that too.
Yeah.
I mean, TY really doesn't have anything going for him right now. Generally, with 3 racks opening, you are hedging everything on getting something done with a stim combat shield timing. That is what you're going for.
Yeah.
And TY almost got that. He was able to move halfway across the map before Creator was able to suss out that this is what was happening. Had TY somehow miraculously been able to evade those Stalkers and find his way into the third base of Creator, this would be a totally different game. That third Nexus would probably be canceled. There would be some big damage sustained by Creator, probably the natural expansion. His Stalker count would have been at least whittled down to a smaller number, but instead, TY, he delayed his tech, he delayed his third base, he delayed his upgrades, all to get these 3 racks units out, which have not scaled well whatsoever. They've gotten no value out.
Yeah, he has a decent army if he can split it, and DT is coming in. TY did not spot them. Oh, third is finishing up though. It's going to be able to catch that. Does he have concussive or no? Oh,
you would think he would with 3 racks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Probably has it.
I mean, it's always a chance that you forgot it.
Yeah,
it's probably the most forgotten upgrade in StarCraft 2.
Oh yeah. When I play Terran, I never get it. It's insane.
Oh, nice catch right there by TY.
Going down, catching the DT as well. Okay. I feel like Creator maybe is trying to do a little bit too much than he should, honestly. Like, for how smooth the game was going for him, I would expect a very strong timing. And yeah, it's TY not being able to do much about it. But TY also playing well with the split of his army, just making sure he's out in the map, not getting caught on his own side of the map, and just putting on some pressure.
Yeah, the win condition, I think, for TY here is because he's just been amassing this bio army, which doesn't have a lot of tech support, the firepower he has at his disposal is way higher than you would expect.
Yeah.
Because also, he never even went for that engagement where he would lose a ton of units. He's only bled out a couple of bio units. So if he can pull Creator apart here at the 4th base while coming into something here like the natural expansion or the 3rd, there is a path to victory. Stalker's now blinking forward. No shield battery overcharge over here, so it's just going to be the Stalkers, Immortals, and Colossus.
This drop can be scary, man. This is not enough. Is it?
Oh, with the 2 Immortals, I think it is. Oh, full medevac gets taken out too.
Well.
And behind this, we actually missed it on screen. Creator actually parried the counterattack there by TY. TY was not able to collapse in on the 4th base. Instead, now maneuvering around. He is going to the natural expansion. If he's able to isolate one of these bases, maybe he can get some more value, but that was not the trade that he needed.
The thing that TY is looking for is here Creator mismanaging his splits. And if you can catch one weak side, then it snowballs very fast. Yeah. But Creator has been doing it very well. Now, I didn't see the 2 Immortals in the natural. And yeah, that was a very good split out of Creator. Manages to catch the Medivacs as well. Creator moving across the map now. This is not enough, I'm pretty sure, even though Immortals are really good.
Yeah, Immortals are quite good. They will be able to get maybe 1 or 2. Only 1 Marauder, so the army from Creator is going to have to come back. And instead, he's just going to split his forces and try and focus on denying the 4th base with the main army here. Is that Widowmine's going to burrow?
Yeah, manages to get out with the Medivacs as well.
What a catch! Not able to blink on it just yet. Oh, barely survives. But even the force field's catching, what, like 4 Marines?
Now, the very, very scary thing when you go with this sort of composition without Vikings, without any tech at all, like Ghosts are coming out and right now is just fighting a straight-up fight against Colossus. You really don't want this, and Creator's moving across the map. He has an insane army. It's going to be really, really tough for TY to hold.
He's going to need a miracle hold, more or less. I mean, his army has very little going for it. It's almost like watching a Zerg try and play Roach Ravager against a Protoss that has way more army supply than them.
Yeah, it's like going Roach Ravager against 20 Mortals. But yeah, TY is going for the counter-attack, which is a very smart move, as I mentioned. You don't want to take a straight-up fight against this. The thing is that Protoss has recall, and if he wants to, he can recall here. He has to be very, very careful, though, that he doesn't recall too little. He has DTs as well, which is going to help. Nova gets a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of damage being sustained by Creator, but this standing army is just so great, and he's either going to be able to save the main Nexus or the 4th base with recall. Meanwhile, TY is just losing absolutely everything. And even the Bio Army right here in front of Creator's base, it doesn't have the damage to really eliminate the infrastructure as quickly as you would like to.
Yeah, I mean...
I feel like at TY, from here, your best case scenario, he's even, clicking on the gateway for a moment there. Now finally gets the Dark Shrine. He could EMP, it's not this TT, but there's so much chaos, I think he actually doesn't even notice. There's just so much going on right now. Finally does get the EMP off.
I'm a little bit surprised Creator is still going, but maybe that's the best choice. His army is just insane compared to TY's.
I think he knows that.
For days here.
I think he knows he can just recall to whatever the last space is and hold off like that.
That's possible as well. Yeah, he could also split your army and still beat it. Creator's army is just absolutely insane here. Good effort from TY, just a little bit unlucky in the opening there. And yeah, just the build choice was not the greatest, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, especially here on Oceanborn, where it's highly likely you're going to get met in the middle of the map. TY taps out, eliminated for the GSL. Creator will move on into the final match of Group A. And
solid TVP out of Creator. I liked it.
Yeah, Creator did look really good. There were some moments that seemed a little bit scary for him, but overall good play. As for TY, I mean, this is a guy that's competing in ASL and now coming and also competing in GSL. Even making it here to the round of 16 is an accomplishment. This absolute legend TY is.
Shout out to TY. He gave us some good entertaining games today.
Best game of the night so far for sure against Maru.
That game too.
I mean, TY's proven that he's still got it if he can find his way into the late game. But against a pool like this with Creator and Ragnarok and Maru, it's hard to get there. Not an easy path at all. Guys, we're going to go to break. When we get back, the final match of Group A, Creator versus SHIN. We'll be back in a bit.
This handle all these changes coming like invasions. Yeah, look at all these faces. I guess we just contagious. Tell my mom we made it. We made it. Look at all these places. Look at all these stages. Raising up these wages. Yeah, this one is for the ages. All for the taking. History in the making.
Yeah, you know we on our way. Know the big monumental. Go ahead and save the day. Cause I'm gonna come true. History, we're the ones making it. It's our shot, we're taking it today.
I'm losing all my patience. Don't you try and play this. Give up all these praises. Come on. To the rock of ages, that is what my faith in. Rest up like a day's in. Yeah, you must have been mistaken. We ready for the break-in, leave them all shaking. Yeah, and this is more than amazing. I'ma just embrace it. History in the making.
Yeah, you know we on our way. Know the big monumental. Go ahead and save the day. Cause I'm gonna come true. History, we're the ones making it. It's our shot, we're taking it today. Taking it today. This is our shot, this is my shot, this is your shot today. This is our shot, this is my shot, this is your shot.